See, all right, see, you never want to be alone in a room with the opposite sex. You really never want to be alone in a room with the opposite sex, most especially if it's someone that you love. This is my opinion. And the reason I'm saying this thing is that I have personal experiences and then I've heard other people's experiences also. So, uh, let's say being in a room with the opposite sex that you don't really love, and the chances of you falling are very slim. Like the chances of you falling are very slim compared to being in a room with the opposite sex that you love. I have experiences. I have experiences. I felt those days that it's impossible. If it happens, you will run away. I'm telling you, but you do not want to bring yourself to that place. First of all, you don't want to bring yourself to that place because they're running. So that's how you will know that you're going to visit a particular damsel or a brother will not end in prison. But still, many Christians, even despite that feelings they will actually get when they are preparing to go meet the opposite sex, that's one they love. They tend to just flash away their feelings and still go, just to go and actually end up falling. Believe me, you do not want to be in a room with the opposite sex that you love. I'm telling you. So that it's possible that someone watching this video right now might have been doing this thing for the longest of time now and he hasn't fallen. That is it. That's what the Bible calls the deception of sin. Sin will make you feel many times initially or at the latter end that you are strong. So that it's possible now that someone's in the video again, like I said, might have been going to see a lady in her room alone, or but I'll be allowing her come see him alone in his room, and then nothing will have actually, and nothing have actually happened. And so sin will not make you at that point feel like you are strong. That this thing that people, you are strong, you will stand. But then a day will come. But when your resolve against that sin will be so weak, and it's on that day that Satan will strike. On that day, it will not be known to you that you are not strong. Like not that you're not strong, that you will fall. Let me put it that way. Like every other day, you will feel like, yeah, let me go and conquer again. And on that day, Satan will strike. You fall and be wondering how did you get here? The problem is that those days where you were going and nothing was happening, actually something was happening, but you just didn't know something was happening. And one of the things that was happening was that sin was deceiving you, deceiving you to believe into believing that you have strength. I used to tell my guys, I used to tell my friends, I used to tell people around me that if the whole Apostle Paul says that you should flee fornication, bro, run. And part of the ways to run, and I've said before, is that you do not want to bring yourself to that place where you are susceptible to fall. In my own experience, now many of the times that I actually fell to this thing, I was warned before I actually went to see the person. I knew, like, the Holy Ghost was screaming inside of me, don't go. I used to be uncomfortable, but I will still go thinking that if it happens I will run. I'm telling you, bro, if you go to that place, the probability of you running when you are in that place with that person is slim. You think that you'll be like Joseph, you run away. I'm telling you, many times don't bring yourself to that point where you will have to run away from the person. Sometimes you just, before seeing the person, you have to just start running. I just hope this thing I'm saying makes sense. Do not bring yourself to that position or that place where you're susceptible to fall. And many times this thing happens when you actually in a closed environment with that person. You want to avoid closed spaces with the opposite sex.